I accidentally said grass, but grouse a lot today.
Not shocked you dropped grass, but grouse, that was interesting. Twice in the first minute of the show.
Yes.
Good to have you back after a weekend.
Yeah, it was
Hopefully
nice.
you enjoyed yourself there. And that was interesting because that was a clip from last week's show in the Open. And I think it perfectly summarizes where we're at. It's the erratic EKG nature of this Phillies team.
Yeah.
And it's been different. It's been a different ride.
They got swept by the Pirates. It was horrible. That was part of their 9 of 10 in which they dropped 9 games in a 10-game stretch. Like, that's bad. That's really, really bad. However, they're not a really, really bad baseball team. And that's why they bounced back, taking 2 of 3 against the Cubs, sweeping the Blue Jays, who've been playing very good baseball as of late, including taking 2 of 3 against you just the week before. And then you start the series in Miami with a nice win, 5-2 last night. McAble with another nice outing, the young
really
pitcher,
nice.
Going 5 innings. You know, the bullpen did a decent job. Matt Strahm still a little bit worrisome. That
a little bit?
Seems to be that he gives up a run every outing that he's out there now.
Every time.
But the Phillies win. And Trey Turner has another nice day, 3 for 5, the leadoff home run. Alec Boehm with the big 2-run single yesterday. So, John, today's one of these days where I want to try to figure out what we like and don't like about this baseball team. Because, you know, this city, you want to talk about the EKG that this Phillies team shows? The fan base has their own EKG, right?
And ours is erratic.
It's crazy.
This isn't erratic. I don't think, though, that this town is as different. I think there's a lot of benefit to, and a lot of people haven't done it, there's a lot of benefit to having not lived here for a while. Mm-hmm. And you get to see that we're not that different that we make ourselves out to be, but absolutely we are erratic.
Yeah.
And there's large portions of us, but there are people who are the extremes, and I call them the lunatic fringe, and they're on both sides of the fence.
Absolutely.
And I'd say it's probably, though, around 20-20 on each end, but I believe there's the 60% that live in the rational, that don't do this Phillies team sucks when they go 1-9. But can logically look at this team and say they're very flawed.
Right.
And I look at the red-hot Phillies now, hottest team in the National League, and say the Phillies are red-hot, they're looking good, and they're still just as flawed as they were last week.
Right.
They are just as flawed. So I think that's where it's at. I think some people don't want to, within fandom, either live in the rational of being critical of their own team or being willing to ever give their team an inch.
Yeah, I mean there are people that are like that, right? Where it's always waiting for the sky to fall.
Sure.
Right? That's why the term Negadelphia exists. But then there's also, to your point, the people where it's always green-colored glasses or red-colored glasses, if we're talking about the Phillies, where they can do no wrong, right?
Like Busty Posey is a good one of our good Twitter followers. Good dude.
Who?
Busty,
Giants GM?
Busty Posey.
No, Busty Posey.
Busty Posey.
Man.
Really a great Twitter follower. Really great Twitter follower, and I love the give and take with Busty. But Busty is one of those people that's like, anytime you're critical of the Phillies, it's like, well, I'll just choose to cheer for my team. And I don't want, I'll just choose to cheer for the great team. You bring up very logical points that cannot be denied.
Right.
And it's like, well, I'm just going to choose to cheer for my team. And I'm like, good for you. Good
right.
for
That's
you.
awesome.
You can do that. If you just want to put on the pom-poms and get the skirt, hike up the skirt if you want. You know, you might, the quarterback may ask you out for a milkshake after the game on Friday night.
You say good for you, and then you do that and call him a cheerleader.
No, because that's what it is.
Some fans just want to be cheerleaders.
But it's fine. But you can't
then cry
fan can't be
anytime.
upset that somebody else has logical opinions that are based in complete fact.
I got you. We're
That's
all
what I
entitled to
mean.
it, though.
No.
He's entitled to cheerlead, and we're entitled to be critical.
But you're not
but don't
entitled
cry.
to tell the fan that is being logical and fair and being objective.
You had
the
account last week or 2 weeks ago that did the whole, if you're not with us now,
if you're not with us,
I don't want you come October.
That's it. You can't have it. But the thing is look.
And by the way, that building, I know they were in Miami yesterday, but Citizens Bank Park, if you're not with us now, that stadium's still getting 40+ thousand people, regardless of the grousing that's being done around this Phillies team.
That's a third grouse.
Regardless of the 1-9 stretch that they had. That you were at the Cubs game that
It was
afternoon.
unbelievable.
It was packed. A Wednesday afternoon game where it was
42,000.
super hot outside. 42,000 people were there.
On it, so
if you're not with us now.
No, they're with you. If you're spending your money, if you got your eyeballs, and Phillies are like a top 6 TV watch team in their local market.
Yeah.
So people are with them. But they're with them, and they're allowed to have opinions that are potentially contrary to the pom-pom shakers, Connor, as I will describe them. Yes, they are.
So
pom-pom shakers.
what is it about this team that we like? What is it about this team that makes a lot of you always doubt this team? You could text and call in 610-632-0975. I think
What would be number one for you?
the rotation.
Positive and negative.
The rotation is positive.
Okay,
right?
everybody would put that in that column.
should be the number one. Like when people on social media do the whole, what even makes you think that they're a good baseball team? Because when they had the bad stretch, it's they're not going to make the playoffs.
Right.
Like this rotation is too good. Where every day, seriously, every day you have a guy, either Zach Wheeler, Luzardo. I know he had 2 bad starts, right? Wheeler, Luzardo, Sanchez, Suarez, Abel now at this point. Every single day, I have a starting pitcher on the mound where I believe my team will be in a position to win midway through the game. Yes, there's going to be the blow-up starts. We saw it with Luzardo. We've seen it with Zach Wheeler this year, right? Like Zach Wheeler has had a couple of bad starts here and there. But I can sit here comfortably at 6:07 every single day when there's a game scheduled. Hey, my team's got a chance to win tonight because I know the starting pitcher will put them in a position. So that's why it's number one. And to your point, it probably should be number one for everyone.
And if we were volleying and we're playing tennis or whatever, going back and forth, and I was to say to you, well, why would somebody be tentative about it? It would get into something that I saw last night. There's inconsistency of a plan. And I always say the Phillies' inconsistency of plan. I saw a manager last night that did things that I just shake my head at. He takes a pitcher out when he was doing perfectly fine. He pitched 5 innings, had 1 struggle inning, and the only reason he had a struggle inning is because he got screwed by the home plate umpire on what was an obvious 3rd strike call that would have gotten him out of the inning 14 pitches earlier and
Okay.
without giving up a run, and he takes him out with the least amount of pitches of any start this year. It made no sense. He's pitching against a weak team that wasn't doing anything against him, and he takes him out with the least amount of pitches he's pitched all year. It made no sense. John Kruk going, wow, looks like Abel's done. Wonder what that's about. Why is he coming out? I don't know, as Tom McCarthy says. I don't know why he'd be coming out after 5 innings and 7. There's no reason for
Well,
it.
maybe that's the plan.
There's no rhyme or reason. You have 7 games in a row this week. No off days. And you've got the Mets coming up this week in a critical series against the team you're fighting for the division, and you're making the decision to you're going to have to use 4 relievers. It made no sense last night.
Well, maybe the plan with Abel is, remember, it's not just the pitches anymore. In today's sports science, it's up-down, right? So he pitched 5 innings. Maybe they did not want him to go out there for a 6th inning.
And
What
I would say to you
so
is,
far in his big league career, 5 1/3, 4 and 5.
yes.
So maybe that's the plan, right? Like I get it, John. Like you're a big plan
Not
guy.
a good plan. It's not a good plan. He was cruising last
But
night.
if that's the organizational plan, why is that Rob Thompson's fault?
Then that is the plan. He's the guy who executes the plan. So
Yeah,
if he's the one who stands up there and defends it, so he must believe in it.
Of course he's going to defend it. What's he going to do? Go on a press conference and say, I want to have him pitch more, but my boss told me not to?
Okay, so the mystery man behind the curtain is then, so whatever it is. Whether it's the mystery man behind the curtain that we're going to believe it is, or whether it's Rob Thompson, it's a bad plan. That's a reason to go, I doubt this team.
Well, the mystery man led a pitching staff that gave up 2 runs last night.
Yeah,
So I think
I had no problem.
we're okay.
But what the cumulative effect, Connor, on the bullpen is not good.
Starters are more important than the bullpen.
And it doesn't make
That's true.
sense.
I mean, we literally just said they're going to make it to the playoffs because of the rotation.
Right.
So I would rather be careful with the rotation than this crappy
careful.
ass bullpen.
Yeah,
It
getting to
still
like
stinks.
85, 87 pitches would have killed him last night. Come on.
Could have.
Stop.
Who knows? Could
Stop
have.
it.
You keep on saying stop it.
Yes,
It could have.
seriously. Yeah, it
You
would've
don't
killed
know.
our
All right,
voice.
boys, we have more segments.
It was the least pitches he pitched all year.
Come
You
on
hate
now.
Rob Thompson. Just
Stop.
say
It's
it.
stupid.
You hate Rob Thompson.
No, it was stupid.
All right, coming up next, it's good to be back.
Go to your corners.
I'm going to do something to prove a point in the next segment. A point of how crazy some of you sound whenever the Phillies have a bad stretch. Or, in some cases, just lose a game. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Everybody, thank you so much for being a part of our journey on a daily basis, watching here on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. We always appreciate you doing that because it makes our jobs a lot better when the bosses are happy. So thank you very much, and keep on watching.